In and Out with Professor Yalman, here with you from TED University, Radio TED U Ankara Studios. And just wanted to sort of mention and touch upon a couple of things today. I have come across two phrases, which is even if versus what if. So what if is something where we sort of flash back and say, if this didn't occur, then my life could have been like this. Like if I didn't work at a university, my life would have been like this. Or if I didn't fail this, my life would have been like this. Or if I didn't get a divorce, then my family and my status would have been like this. Or if I didn't sell my car, my life would have been like this. You can sort of elaborate on this to different various incidents, but what we do is we don't elaborate, we also contemplate on it, and we put somehow, in a way, fairy tale situations around it. So we never know what would have happened. We never know. We took a decision and we paid or went through the consequences, and the decision wasn't taken for no reason. It was there for a reason. It happened for a reason. You took that decision for a reason. A decision shouldn't be actually regarded as something good or bad, correct or wrong. We see this on the road throughout our journey. So that corner should have been actually the corner where we had to sort of step on the gas pedal and drift the car and have that dust around us. And people looked at us and said maybe, wow, what a stupid guy, or wow, what a correct thing to do. So that is what if. But I think life applauds not the what ifs, but even ifs. So even if is, yes, the incident did occur, but even if it occurred, what did we do? Yes, we failed the exam, but even if we failed the exam, what did we do? Or yes, our love, took the decision of finishing our relationship. Okay, then even if she did that or he did that, what did we do? I think that is the trick, maybe also the geniality in terms of our process of motivation throughout the journeying in our lives. Now, the even ifs and the what ifs could be treated as a sentence or an approach for the very same incident, but it's actually the reason I say approach, it's the approach to the very same incident. The incident is not going to change, but the approach. If we change the approach, then meaning of the incident and the motivational perspective of the incident changes. So the even if approach is going to bring you a healthier flashback and proceeding to the future versus the what if, which contains a certain level of regret or sorrow. Now, this was number one thing I wanted to cover. Number two thing is a lot of things are happening in our lives, okay, whether we like it or not, and somehow we have this urge to hold on to something. Sometimes we hold on to upcoming event. Sometimes we hold on to the person we love. Sometimes we hold on to the thing actually which has occurred at that time and it lifted us up, and we don't want to let go. Sometimes we hold on to the thing we bought. So this holding on to process is also a thing we should be looking into, because that is sort of crumbling our own foundation of holding ourselves up. If we hold on to something to straighten ourselves, that means we always are going to need an aid. But we don't need the aid. We need ourselves to be straightened up. And the way we straighten ourselves up is what we sort of plant in our foundation, or what we strengthen in our foundation, be it compassion, be it decision making, be it innovation, be it the way we sort of approach our thinking methodology. So it's how we hold ourselves up, our nutrition, our psychological inner approach, or the way we can let go on certain things. It's how we hold ourselves up. And holding ourselves up sometimes might require a certain period of time. It might be slower. Sometimes it might be faster. But holding ourselves up is a process which shouldn't be always dependent on an aid. Yes, it could depend on an aid for a certain period of time. I can buy that. I can sympathize with that. But if we become somehow bounded to that aid, if we become somehow dependent on that aid, then we're never going to let it go. And that transfers itself to things like smoking or drinking, or certain foods that sort of fuel us all the time, external proteins, for example. So anything which creates dependency will create a certain level of insufficiency. So if we are insufficient of being one as ourselves, then we're going to rely always on something which is external. So that's number 2. Number 3 thing that I want to sort of touch base on is actually how we position ourselves. How we position ourselves as things are occurring. Do we want to be at the edge of certain things? Or do we want to treat certain things as things which sort of have this effect on us where we are blown into pieces? Are we positioning ourselves as a cool and intellectual person, or are we positioning ourselves as a compassionate and somehow an introvert person? So the positioning will also show your ambience, how you are going to be understood and analyzed. So when you approach any other person or any other institution, your positioning is going to be having an effect on you, on their decision making or on their choice of you. But at the same time, when you reflect and you look at yourself in the mirror, it's going to also affect and influence the way you see yourself, which is even more important than how others regard or disregard you. So your positioning needs to be worked on, and as if you are like drawing a map on where you should be standing in life and portraying yourself. These 3 things, the even if and what if, and then the straightening yourself up without no aid but a solid foundation, and your positioning of yourself is actually, from my perspective, the foundation of your journeying in a healthy, rational manner, but even the irrational dreaming that you're going to put into your imaginative spectrums of achieving certain things in life. So, in and out with Professor Yalman from Radio Ted U Studios. This was a little brief glimpse on you, and embracing you is an important fact of how you're going to be treating your life, your journey, and your reachings at the end. Radio TED U, In and Out with Professor Yalman from Ankara TED University Studios. Be with us and do not turn your expectations into things that you rely on. Let go and let life treat you as it should and as you should be treated.